Touch of Gaming, episode number 93. And hey everybody, and welcome to the Touch of Gaming podcast, episode number 93. As I said, as always, I'm your host, Lloyd Hannison. And joining me, there we go, Anthony Catanzaro. Anthony, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Lloyd?
See, it's been a while. My timing was off for the big sound that I have to wait for. So sorry about that. How you doing?
You wanted me to announce myself.
Yeah, no. I was my timing was just off. It's all me. So it's been a while. How you been, my friend?
Good. Pretty good. Summer's over.
It is. It's sad. Although hockey's on now, so I'm happy. So that's not bad.
I like the fall though. It's my favorite time of year, I think.
Really? Well, a lot has happened since. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Wrong one. There we are. Oh, there we are. Good. A lot has happened since we last did a show, and I don't know. Maybe we should chat a little bit about that, or do you want to chat a little bit about your time first? How about you go first? We'll let you go first. We'll let you go first.
I don't really have much to say.
No, sure.
Working, kids. My son's in kindergarten, so it's a whole big adjustment schedule change.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Both my kids are in school now, and it's kind of depressing. Oops, I didn't need to switch to that camera. There was a big icon in the middle of the screen, but now I can see your face. Yeah, it's both my kids. Nick's in kindergarten, and Allie's in nursery school. So it's just kind of crazy, and yeah, it's strange. Really strange. I also, you can tell it's been a while because I didn't hit record on my little doohickey here, so we didn't actually record the intro of the show. So the show that I'll be putting up for audio won't have the first little chunk of it. So I don't know what I'm going to do here. Can't
splice that in.
I'm going to have to do that. I'm recording in 2 places now, so it should be okay. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done a show. And I think what I've kind of decided was with how crazy my September was. I work at a university, and the 2 weeks before September and all of September are just really insane because of all the students coming back and all that fun stuff. I think I'm gonna not record shows ever in September, so I don't have to feel bad about not putting out any content, because this is 2 years in a row where I basically went dormant for like 6 weeks, just because I'm working crazy hours, coming home and spending some time with the kids, and then going to sleep, and trying to do other things other than play video games and stuff like that. So it's been really hard to do a show over the last little while. There's like the kids in school, there's work, there's overtime, there's hockey. Winnipeg just got an NHL team back. The Jets, I've been going to a bunch of games for that as well, watching it on television. It's insane, and like everything's kind of swirling and going crazy. So basically what that meant is there was about 6 weeks without any episodes being posted, and I feel very, very sad, and I want to apologize to everybody out there that's been looking forward to shows. But don't worry, we'll be coming out with stuff again, and you won't have to worry too much about that from here on out. But there was a bit of a drought, so I think I'm just going to plan for it every year, and then I won't have to feel so bad. I think that sounds like a good plan. So yeah, other than that, Anthony, other than kids in school, anything else new? You've been playing a lot of games?
I have in the past week, so I'm ready to review 2 things tonight. I've been playing Shadowgun, which I like a lot.
Nice.
And I know you're playing that. We're going to joint review it.
Yeah. Shadowgun's pretty decent, so I can't wait to get in and see what your thoughts on that are.
Yeah, and then another game called Eden, which, believe it or not, I never go through like the Genius recommendations. Mm-hmm. And it recommended it, and I started reading it, and I'm like, wow, who go figure. The Genius actually recommended something I spent probably 10 hours playing this weekend.
Imagine that, all the engineering that Apple put together is actually useful. Who'd have thunk it? Kind of crazy. Cool. Well, I don't know. Let's get into the show then. Just want to first mention that we are a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Find out more podcasts like this over at techpodcast.com. And a lot of stuff has happened over at VG Podcasts. Probably not as much as you guys would notice, because there's been a lot of behind the scenes. I can't talk. Changes that I've been doing in the background, leading towards another redesign. I'm not really happy with the way things are laid out right now. I want to kind of simplify things and make them work a little bit nicer. But things that you can see is if you head on over to vgpodcast.com/live, you can see the live feed. You can see our recording calendar. Why don't I just do that right now and show you guys if you're watching on the video. You can see all that stuff kind of on the same page. Ooh, that's not going to be good because it's going to make audio, which would be really bad. So you can kind of see what we look like and all the ads and stuff like that. It's really weird seeing me, and you're going to see like this forever. It's going to keep going into itself. That is awesome. I should do that more often. That's really great. But you can also
remember those infinity mirrors?
Yeah, that's a good tip. I wonder how long before my computer just like sucks itself into its own little black hole. That's bizarre. Anyway, and then of course there's the recording calendar, and then we also have a new set of forums. As I said in the last couple episodes, I didn't really like having multiple forum or multiple pieces of software going, because I was hacked another couple times over the last little while, and I just don't want to ever put up with that ever again. So I'm simplifying. So to log into this one, all you have to do is click on your Facebook, Twitter, Google, whatever, and it'll actually sign in using your credentials for whatever social network you have, meaning it's going to be easier for you, and it's also going to be easier for us to manage and to keep everything running. So that's really cool. The other thing that I wanted to make mention of is, if you guys aren't aware, I put out 4 episodes on the same day, which generally is a no-no, because most people's podcatcher, if you use iTunes or whatever, they're set to download the most recent episode. So if yours is set that way, you might want to go check, because you probably have a couple unheard episodes that you might want to download and listen to. We did a lot of reviews. I had Jared Schultz and Anthony and Nintendo Pulse with Edgar. So there's a lot of really good content, and I want to make sure that everybody can listen to it. I didn't want to put it all out on one day, but I figured with how crazy things were, if I didn't get it all out, I wouldn't get it out, and I didn't want to waste any of that awesome content. So we did a lot of reviews, a lot of games that we talked about, and I do really recommend that you guys all go out and do that. Games such as Anomaly Warzone and Rogue Sky, Pocket Academy, and a bunch of other stuff. Quacko is saying in the chat room that he did awesome reviews, and yeah, he did do awesome reviews. So you want to go check those ones out. So head on over to vgpodcast.com and download them if you do it that way. Otherwise, flip into your iTunes and make sure that under the Touch of Gaming podcast feed that you have all of the episodes downloaded, just to make sure that you're not missing anything. All right. I think that's it that I have. So, Anthony, why don't you tell us a little bit of what you've been playing recently besides Shadowgun and Eden, or is that pretty much all?
Yeah, that's pretty much all.
Pretty much all? Okay. Why don't I tell you guys a little bit what I've been playing? I'm going to kind of give you my Tiny Tower update since I've been playing that a little bit. I'm just going to flip into it right now because I can't remember how many floors I have. I'm still playing this stupid game, and I don't really know why. It's not fun for me anymore. It's not fun. That's all I can say about it. I have 104 floors right now. Hold that up. I don't know if you can see it. 104 floors. But my wife, she plays more than I do, I guess, because I don't have a lot of time to do it, where she's popping in all the time. I'm just pulling up the friends list. She has 115 floors. A buddy of mine at work has 121 floors. So I should just stop because there's no way I'm going to catch up to these people at all. And I'm just really... Lalaffer, he's in the chat room right now. He's not chatting. He has 115. Oh, that really makes me angry. So yeah, I think I'm going to give up on Tiny Tower. So that's probably going to be the last update you get from me, unless something really awesome happens. Also been playing Shadowgun, like we're going to review in the episode. But some other games. There was one that I wanted to mention that I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me see if I can find it really fast, which I probably can't.
I still have some dish driving games going on.
You know what? I accidentally deleted a bunch of stuff from my iPad, and I haven't added that one back. So I'm going to have to go do that. Because
you're in the middle of a game.
Yeah, it must be playing my moves for me or something. Or missing my moves for me is probably what it's doing. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to mention. Glider Classic. I don't know if anybody remembers like old Macintosh games, but this is like one of the first games that I can remember being so envious of my buddy that he had this game. And essentially all it is, I think this is like $1 on the App Store. And basically all it is you're a glider. I don't know if you can see it. You're that little plane that's kind of floating up in the corner. Yeah, this camera. I gotta get a new camera. This is horrible. And basically all you do is you hit the arrows on the sides of the screen to fly your plane left or right. And there's basically grates that have updraft. And whenever you're over a grate, you lift up in the air. And when you're not over a grate, you fall down. So the game becomes just navigating around obstacles and things like that. But if people were old time kind of Mac gamers, you've probably seen this game. This was like way back in the day. And I could definitely remember that I was so jealous of my buddy for getting this game, and it made me like really angry that DOS gaming back in the day was like 4 colors and it was horrible. And this really awesome game on the Mac with real graphics. It looks like an actual paper plane. It was so cool. Now that's available on the App Store, so I've been messing around with that, just kind of reliving some old memories from old computing times. It's kind of scary that it's been such a long time since that game's come out, but it's now available in the App Store for 99 cents.
What is that, paper glider?
Yeah, it's called, yeah, that's what it's called, Glider. What is it actually called? I think it's just called Glider.
There's a lot of them. Glider, paper glider, classic glider.
Classic Glider, that's what it's called. I apparently can't do anything when... That's really stupid. I can't just quit to the menu here. Sorry, I can't tell. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's called Glider Classic. That's what it's called. Yeah. Mm-hmm. By Dorothy Soft. And it's $1 on the App Store. And it's actually kind of cool. If you remember old Macintosh games or old games, period, that were there back in the day. I've also been playing Ken Ken from Capcom Mobile. Have you heard of Ken Ken before?
No.
Basically, it's kind of a puzzle game like Sudoku, except basically you have grids. Yeah, you won't be able to see this at all. You have grids that have numbers on them. So say it's a two place grid and it has a number 3. You have to put a 1 and a 2 in there because 1 plus 2 equals 3. They can have little minus signs or multiplication signs beside them as well. And basically each row and column has to have all the numbers. So just like Sudoku, so you have 1 to whatever the grid size is. But then based on the numbers and the sign beside them, you have to figure out what math kind of adds up to that. This game is so addictive. Sudoku can be really hard and hurt your brain. This one actually takes your brain and squishes it and like wrings it out. And I actually get headaches playing this game. But it's actually a lot of fun.
Between this and Tiny Towers, what a treat.
No, but good headaches. It's like logic puzzle headaches, not, I can't go to work because I have a migraine headaches. Although that would be a good excuse, I guess, to not go in. But basically, yeah, you're basically just putting things on, putting them together, trying to figure out all the parts of the grid, and it gets really hard really fast, but it's so much fun. It's $1 from Capcom Mobile. They have a light version which gives you the first chunk of levels, and then I think there's in-app purchase to get more. If you like kind of puzzly sort of games, I would highly recommend that one as well. All right, well, enough about what we've been playing. What do you say we get into a couple little bits of news? Big event happening tomorrow, Anthony.
Yeah, I can't wait.
What are your predictions for this iPad or iPhone announcement? It's an i-something announcement.
I mean, obviously the latest is the 4S and possibly a 5 coming just to Sprint, and I would think that's not believable. But how does a rumor like that get out that Sprint committed like $20 billion to be exclusive for iPhone 5? You think that's possible?
Well, it's Wall Street Journal posted the article.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're saying that one of the big announcements tomorrow is that Sprint has bet the company on the iPhone, and they're going to have exclusivity for a chunk of time on the iPhone 5 using their high-speed LTE network. Doesn't sound too crazy to me. Excuse me, since the iPhone was an AT&T beast for how long? Like 3 years or something before they let other providers get in on it. So yeah, that could be something that's going to happen. I know There's rumors that there's going to be the iPhone S, which is going to come out, which is just kind of like the 3GS, which is sort of upgraded version that kind of looks the same as the current one, and that the iPhone 5 will be coming later in the year. Then, of course, there's iOS 5 and iCloud and all that other stuff. They're going to have to talk about that. And then who knows? Maybe there's going to be some other crazy stuff. Maybe updates to Apple TV or something. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting. It could be nothing. It could be just, yeah, here's the iPhone 4S and it has the same processor as the iPad 2. And thanks for coming. Questions? Yeah. Or it could be like some megaton announcements happening from Tim Cook.
And the assistant's getting some some news. I saw some tweet that the founder of Siri, I guess, is involved with that since Siri was purchased by Apple. But he said something like, "This is world changing."
Yeah, he said it's going to be a game changer based on what Siri was doing before he left the company. He said if they could get all that stuff into a phone, you're going to have this like Star Trek computer where you're basically telling your phone to do things for you. Like you hold a button down or whatever the mechanism is to start it, and you say, "Send Anthony a text. Do you want to record ToG tomorrow?" And then it's going to say, "Sending Anthony a text," and then you'll see the text message. "Do you want to send this?" You say yes, and then it sends it off. And you could actually control pretty much all the main parts of your phone just by your voice. They're saying that that's going to require new hardware, which makes sense. Having that type of speech recognition requires a lot of RAM and processing power. So that's probably going to be an iPhone 5 only announcement. But if things like that could come out, I mean, it's going to be more than just a small little gathering of journalists at Apple headquarters. I mean, some of the stuff they announced could be like kind of game changing. Like no, Android has voice recognition, but voice recognition that has to have internet access to work, because it sends all your voice to Google's mothership, which then parses it out. Their little trolls kind of figure out what you mean, and then they send back the results to your phone, which then does what you want it to do. This is all going to be stuff that's going to happen right on the phone without any data being going back and forth. Which I don't know if you live in a kind of an edge network area where you're losing access constantly. I mean, just that alone is going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Siri is great, but you can say, what's the weather today? And it's like 30 seconds before, it translates it to, get you the information.
Yeah.
If that happened instantly, I mean, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have, like I said, Star Trek computer in your hand, which would just be, it would blow my mind. I don't know, like depending on what they announce, I don't think I'm going to be upgrading to the next phone, at least not right away. I'm going to wait. Since I got my iPhone 4 from work, I don't really want to request a upgrade for something that I've had for a year. And I have a 3GS, which my wife is currently using, so I could always upgrade hers and then switch the SIMs or whatever. But I think I'm going to see how all this stuff plays out. But I guess we'll know more tomorrow. Really, the big thing is tomorrow.
For me, I'm not rushing out to get the same form factor with a better processor and more memory or something, a better camera. I really couldn't care. But, an iPhone 5 that's slimmer and has a bigger screen, a bigger screen is enough for me to move because I can't see my phone all that well.
Well, I'm finding that I'm not playing a lot of games on my iPhone anymore. I'm waiting and playing most of them right on the iPad. So something with a faster processor, where before would have been like, holy crap, I got to get this right away. I need to go line up and camp overnight to get it. I'm playing all my games on the iPad too, and that's like a beefy system. So that alone won't do it for me. An 8-megapixel camera, which would be really nice, won't do it for me. There's rumors that the iPhone 5 is going to have 1080p video recording, which totally makes sense, and a bigger screen and all that stuff. But I guess we'll know more tomorrow. So I don't know. Do you want to do a mini show tomorrow, Anthony, and put it out there tomorrow night? Kind of give our thoughts about the stuff that was announced.
Yeah, let's definitely try to do that.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's move on from the news. What do you say we jump right into the reviews?
Yeah.
All right, let's start off with a joint review of Shadowgun. Why don't you tell us a little bit what you think about Shadowgun?
Yeah, so this popped up. I forgot where I saw it, if it was just in a tweet, and it caught my eye when I saw it's sort of like a Gears of War. Is that the?
Yep, definitely Gears of War.
I always blank out with names when we're on a show. But I saw that it got me interested. I mean, it's not cheap, right? It's 6.99, 7.99.
Yep, 7.99.
So with tax, everyone says $8, but with tax, you're looking at a $9 change game. And so I'm like, all right, it looks pretty cool. And I'd say the first thing is I'm shocked it's running on the what engine is that?
It's Unity.
Talk about
It uses
Unity
Unity,
engine.
which
Yeah,
is
I'm like,
Unity is a cross-platform development environment. So you can download the Unity engine, build your games, and play with them right in the actual engine. But Unity can compile for the PC. It has a web player. It can compile for the Macintosh as a standalone. It can compile
Very cool.
for iPhone, iPad, Android, a whole bunch of other things. There's a version coming out that's going to compile right to Flash. There's versions of Unity that can compile to the Wii and to the PS3 and all this stuff. Like it's a major development environment. But this is probably one of the best looking games I've ever seen in Unity.
yeah. I mean, seeing this game, you would have thought it was Unreal if somebody, asked you what engine it was. So must be really pushing Unity. And I know Unity just came out with some major update recently. So obviously this is using that engine, right? Or am I just making stuff up?
I don't think it's using 3.5 yet, but it's probably a bit of where that version is going. Like I'm scrolling up or increasing some of the screenshots on my screen right now, and it looks pretty badass. Like this is one of the enemies, and that's a pretty full model, character model that's in the game. And basically what it is it's like Gears of War, so it's a third person behind the shoulder shooter. Whoa, what's happening here? I'm zoomed in, but it's not doing.
Yeah,
whoa,
seen that.
Weird. I've never done that
There
before.
you go. Little delay.
So it's you're behind the shoulder as you run around, and yeah, it's as close to Gears of War as I've seen on the device.
Yeah, so it's fun. It has like some elements of like original Doom, like in one level you have to find a key to gain access.
Yeah.
And just the way you pick up, ammo and stuff gave me like a flashback to Doom. The controls work well. I mean, sometimes you get stuck, like you automatically take cover and you don't want to stick to a wall. But all in all, the controls are good. It's just fun. I don't think it's the best game I ever played, but something keeps drawing me back. And I'm at a point now where I forgot if I'm on level 3 or something. It's not long after that lobster, big boss. But I keep going into a room and there's a lot of stuff going on, even though there's really only like 3 bad guys at a given time, if you notice, and then they'll throw in a couple of those walking bomb guys.
Yeah.
But, you'll kill 1 or 2 and 2 more will spawn. So there's not a lot of bad guys on the screen at the same time, but they try to do their best to make it seem like you're getting overwhelmed. But I'm actually stuck on a level that I just can't get out of this room. I keep dying. But
Trying to make it through the fire without dying. I'm gonna die. Oh, duck down just in time.
You're ahead of me because I don't remember this fire level.
Yeah, I'm pretty much right at the end of the game and playing through some of the areas. But yeah,
Okay.
basically it's very much like Gears of War. But then it has aspects of a on the rails shooter. So I guess kind of my problems with the game. Well, there's a few. So the game itself is it's essentially you're on rails, so you're going from section to section to section, shooting things, collecting ammo and stuff like that. But there really isn't much exploration in this game. It's very much like a by the books kind of thing. So you go in a room, the doors close, or electrical barriers basically appear to keep you from leaving that room. A door opens, enemies rush out, and they take cover in the same area. You could basically take cover, and you could sit there for like 10 minutes, and they just kind of get up and run to different cover and run to different cover and get up and shoot you, but you're ducking so they don't hit you. So the AI isn't super. And then you complete the room, and you pick up all their ammo that they dropped. And then you're off to the next room, and it's just repeated over and over and over and over again. Like you said, there's very simple kind of puzzle elements where you pick up a key and open a door. There's a puzzle game where you're hacking a computer, and basically it's like Simon. So you see flashes on the screen and you have to copy them, and it's really kind of blah. And all sorts of all different aspects of the game are very I don't know, tried and true and overdone and kind of boring. But the game as a whole kind of just keeps me coming back and playing it, just like you. I don't know. I don't really know what it is. The sound is awesome. The voice acting is okay, not the best. But basically, you play this. It's kind of like you're a bounty hunter, I guess, and you're basically going to I don't know, an environment, whether it's a base or a planet. It doesn't really say what you're doing, but you're trying to defeat this evil doctor that is mutating people. And I don't know, Gears of War 1 didn't have the best story, but I think even then it had a better story than what this has. So you basically go and you complete levels and yeah, and you just make your way through the game, and it's pretty simplistic kind of stuff, but I think it's the graphics just make me really excited to keep going through and playing it. So kind of the on rails thing was kind of boring. The other thing that was really kind of crappy was the iPad 2 had a crash bug. So you would get partway through a level and the game would just crash right out to the dashboard, and you'd start the game back up again and you'd be at the start of the level. And some levels, like you were mentioning the little crab boss, shortly after that there's a level where you're running through a hallway being chased by this mining thing, and you have to shoot things that are on the ceiling to blow it up, essentially. I would get to this one area and I would shoot the thing, run through, and then I would stop and the game would pause and then it would crash out. So I was like, oh, maybe my iPad is short on memory or something. So I rebooted, I deleted stuff. I did whatever I thought I could do, but no, it was just a bug with the game. So that was really crappy. And I kind of put the game aside for a few days and then started back up again, and I was able to get past that point for whatever reason. Maybe I moved a couple pixels over to the left and made it through. But they just released today a fix for the game, which fixes all the crash bugs. And I've been playing all day. Well, not all day, but I've been playing today, and I've actually not crashed at all. So I'm going to go through, and I'm probably going to go back and play through on a harder difficulty and make my way through the game again and see what the harder difficulties are like. The one thing about this game is, even if you play on easy, if you walk up to a guy, you will die. They'll put the gun to your head and shoot you, and you pretty much die. So the game basically revolves around you running from cover to cover to cover. Not that it's the most fun thing to do, because that's kind of the only thing you can do, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, and you unlock a bunch of weapons, and things get kind of interesting as you get further in. But it's, for a game that's so, I don't know, plain and overdone almost. I just can't stop playing it. So I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with the graphics or the look, or just the fact that the game keeps. You keep going from level to level pretty quick, so you have quick progression through the game. There's just something about it that makes you want to keep playing it. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it.
I think they basically just got the main mechanic of shooting and taking cover and all the little details of that, like the sound of the gun, the different weapon. Like, they just got it down, so it's fun.
Yeah.
So all these other little things that are annoying, just sort of, you overlook because you just like doing that thing.
Yeah.
And to be clear, it's on rails, but not like, Rage HD or something.
That's right.
You free roam, but,
you free
pretty
roam
much led
from one shoebox based or sized area to the next shoebox size area. But at least you are able to run around yourself and have some sort of freedom while you do that.
Yeah. So they need to do a few things. I heard that multiplayer is like in testing, or they're working on a multiplayer, addition to it. And it seems like the achievements and the little things you unlock, like you can find little things on a level and it unlocks a car. That's all kind of weak.
Yeah.
They could definitely do more with that. Or this would be great if there was like a co-op mode or something. Yeah,
I'm surprised it didn't ship with some form of multiplayer, since it's trying to be Gears of War. It even released at the same time as Gears of War 3, and then they didn't put multiplayer in it. And as you said, the developer said that that's coming, so that's awesome. I can't wait to check it out. They've also said that they're planning on adding content down the road as well. So it's not just going to be multiplayer and leave it at that. So at $8, it's a very premium kind of price. That's even like big studios like EA sometimes launch games for $5. So having this game at $8 is kind of a lot to ask for a game that really doesn't have anything but a 3 or 4 minute. There you go. Hey, your camera's much better than mine. That just sucks. I'm
at this door,
Yep.
and I don't have today's update, but I'll install it. I can't open this door, so I'm stuck, and I can't get past this level.
You can't. There's no computers nearby that you have to.
No,
open.
It's just I've already played this level. Like, this is the level I keep dying on, and now the door won't open.
Here, let me put my fingers up to the screen and see if I can control your game through the camera.
See if you can fix that.
No, it doesn't work. My finger keeps getting cut off when I put it over that way. It's weird.
But I think it's a bug because I went back to get ammo, and when I went back to the door, it wouldn't open the second time.
Yeah.
So, but maybe the update will fix it. But yeah, a little buggy. But I would say, unless you really love the whole Gears of War type game and you want it on your iPhone or iPad. Oh, and it is for both. So you can play it on any device, which is nice.
That is nice.
They didn't make separate versions. And I actually started on my iPad, but then started playing on my iPhone. And I don't know, I got further on my iPhone, and it was just more comfortable to hold. And now I'm, pretty far ahead. So I'll probably just finish the game on the iPhone. But, I would say unless you're a big fan and you really love Gears of War and you want that on your iOS device, I would say wait until it's going to be like $4.99 in a couple of weeks, or maybe even less. Yeah. So I would hold out unless you're a diehard fan. But I was looking for something new to play this weekend, and I think it was worth $8, $9, whatever bucks to. I think I got that much fun out of it. So.
Yeah, no, I'm right up there with you as well. If you're into shooters, this is definitely the best shooter on the iOS platform as far as graphics go. The controls are really good. I mean, it has kind of the floating D-pad on the left-hand side to move, and then you basically swipe anywhere else to look around, and then you have your shoot button and your reload button. So the controls are really good. And if you like shooters, this is definitely, like I said, the best looking one. I would kind of personally, if I was looking to buy a game but kind of on the fence, I would really wait till the multiplayer update comes out to see if that's the kind of gameplay that you're going to want. Apparently in the multiplayer update, they're only adding a couple versions of multiplayer to begin with. So it's like deathmatch or whatever. Any team-based kind of multiplayer will be coming down the road. So if that's more your thing, you might want to hold on a little bit to do that as well. But it gets a buy it from me with that caveat where it's 4 or 5 hours worth of content and nothing else. But they promise that more will be coming down the road.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, well, let's move on. I'm going to get into my next review. And this is a really fun game. Did you play Cut the Rope, Anthony?
No.
You didn't play Cut the Rope? Okay, well, Cut the Rope was a really fun puzzle game with a very cute character. So whenever you beat the level, you had this really cute character that would smile and chew the candy that would land in his mouth. So Disney Mobile has come out with this game called Where's My Water? It's $1 on the App Store, and it's a water-based physics puzzler. So I'm going to turn off a light here and see if that helps. Might help a little bit. No, that did absolutely nothing. Great, except everything else is dark now. I really got to figure out some way to do this so you guys can see the stuff on the video. I had a camera before, but it just wasn't working for whatever reason. But anyway, so this game basically is divided into separate missions, similar to the Cut the Ropes and other games like that. So you basically choose a mission. Each mission has a set of levels. And then in those levels, I'm going to flip the light back on. In each of those levels, there's 3 rubber ducks. And what you want to do is get your water from wherever it is on the level. So usually there's like a pool of water somewhere. So you can see right at the top here, there's the water. And then there's rubber ducks. And basically if there's dirt, you can drag your finger in the dirt and it breaks the dirt. You can see I'm kind of getting rid of the dirt over here. and getting rid of it over there. But as soon as you touch the water, your dirt starts leaking, and then because it's gravity, so it wants to get all the way down to the bottom. So I've kind of screwed up this level. There's no way that I can get all my ducks, I don't think. Oh, I guess I can. I got them all anyway. And then basically what you're trying to do is get all the water to a pipe. And once it gets down to the pipe, it fills the bathtub, and then your little crocodile guy gets happy, and he scrub-a-dub-dubs and gets really happy. And that's essentially all the game is. And as simple as that is, as you get to some of the more advanced levels, things get really crazy. So I think right now there's 80 levels in the game, and you can get 3 rubber ducks on each level, 3 stars, I guess. And some of the levels have little hidden items that you can dig out of the mud, and if you find it, you find 3 of those, and then they unlock a bonus game that you can play. But basically, as you get further in the game, not only is there like one group of water, there's usually 2 sets of water. There's different types of liquids too. There's green slime, and green slime will eat anything, and it will kind of go down itself through gravity and will eat through all of the dirt. And if that gets down to the pipe before the water, you lose because the guy gets slimed, your little crocodile guy. And then there's this purple gunk stuff. I just lost this level just by waiting. And the purple gunk is kind of like acid, but when it hits water, it turns that water to acid as well. So you have to be careful to avoid that touching your water. And you basically have to find little combinations of all this water and stuff while still collecting all 3 of the rubber ducks and finding all the hidden objects. As you get further, there's little switches and things as well that get triggered when they get wet or slimed or acided, whatever the action for getting acid on something is. And that will basically screw you up as well. Excuse me. So quickly you find, and there's actually even some levels that are scrolling, so you have to scroll up and down. As you get further, there's levels that have water jets you can control that shoot water up. So it gets really complicated really fast. I'm on the last sets of levels, and I have 3 stars or 3 rubber duckies on everything. So it's not impossible, but it's challenging, some of the higher levels. And I think that's why I really like this one so much. I think it's even more challenging than, say, what the Cut the Rope was like. When you got to some of the advanced levels of Cut the Rope, you were having to do multiple cuts kind of in sequence. This, you're really planning out the path of water without really knowing where it's going to go sometimes. So there's a lot of trial and error, and you're playing through levels and trying to figure things out. I'm on this level right now where water kind of shoots, but I don't really know what it's doing or how to change it from shooting. So you basically have to mess around with the levels, and it also almost becomes kind of like a sandboxy kind of game as you get through it. So anyway, that's kind of Where's My Water. It's by Disney on mobile. It's 99 cents, and it's probably one of the cutest games I've ever played on the App Store. You can see I'm shooting water up from the bottom into a pipe, into this little plunger kind of thing that's acting like a gear. If I draw a little line past there, it's going to now push water up and catch my duck at the top. You can see it just got my duck. Now it's going to the other one. And the game just becomes fun to play. Just kind of figuring out how all the stuff works. It's almost like the Incredible Machine or whatever. It becomes like where things are kind of just moving their own, and you'll either beat the level or not. Maybe you have to replay it a few times to figure it out. But things just kind of, excuse me, kind of just go through and sort themselves out sometimes after you make a couple digs, and then you can figure out what you have to do better to get a higher score. So anyway, that's Where's My Water? 99 cents. It's kind of a must buy for me. I've told so many people to pick this game up already, and each and every one has loved it. If you like puzzle games, this is definitely one of the better ones that I've played since, say, Cut the Rope. Cut the Rope I really, really enjoyed, and this one is way up there with a Cut the Rope. So check it out. Where's My Water? 99 cents on the App Store.
Cool.
All right, Anthony, your turn.
Yeah, so I was saying this weekend I was just looking through the Genius recommendations on my iPad, and it recommended Eden World Builder, and it just caught my eye. And it's 99 cents, so can't go wrong with that price. And in looking at it, it's kind of like Minecraft. Although I've never played Minecraft, I would describe it more as like virtual Legos. So For 99 cents, it works on both your, iPod Touch, or I should say all your devices, your iPhone, your Touch, your iPad. Obviously, better on the iPad because more real estate. I can't imagine trying to build on an iPhone or an iPod Touch. But it's just basically like virtual Lego. You can start a world with either a big flat open area and start from scratch, or you can start with a hilly terrain landscape that you'll carve out, and you're given all sorts of different tools, although they're pretty basic. So you start the game, there's some nice music. You choose the kind of world you want to start with, and the tools are like a little pickaxe to destroy a block, or you can create a new block, and some of them are just pieces of ground. Some of them could be translucent glass. There's water blocks. So you basically build with these different pieces, and you can change colors. And let me get back out here, and I'm going to see if I can hold this up. So I'll give you an example. Oh, I'm not in the right spot. So you move around with a little joystick that's near your left thumb, and you touch the screen to change where you're looking. So it's, pretty much like most shooters on the iPhone. And you'll see that I created a world with my own Apple store. I don't know if you could see that. See the Apple logo on the store?
Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool.
And so I had to build this block by block. I mean, it started out, believe me, I built this Apple store, this little pool area, a water tower, and like an underground cave thing. And I had to spend like 5 or 6 hours on this world. And I made like a little secret passage that you can go underground and come out in the Apple store, and a couple other little surprises with water. Because if you enter water, it'll lift you in a direction. So I made like a water tower with like an elevator. And my son just loves to sit there and go through these little things that I made in the world. I mean, he sat there for like, a half hour tonight. Just, I want to go back in here, and I want to go back into the Apple store. And it's just really, really cool. I mean, if you like, Lego and you like building, you'll love this game. And, part of it is that, you have to figure out, like, how do I build a tower that's, 20, 30 blocks high? You might have to figure out, how to, make it so you can step, because you can only move forward, backward, look around, and jump like one block high. So you're going to build something tall, you might have to build something to get you high enough and build what you're building, or use that structure to build on itself. So it's challenging just to figure out, how to build what you have in mind. So I literally built the Apple store like on Saturday afternoon. Then Saturday night, I got this idea of this underground tunnel, and I was like, wow, can you dig underground and build underground? And sure enough, you could. And then, so I spent a lot of time with the tunnel and getting everything in the right spot. And then I literally woke up this morning. I was like, I'm going to make a giant water tower. And I did, which is really cool. And then you could also make like, I just read in the review before we started the show that there's ice slides. And I'm like, oh my God, I'll have the water tower. So you go way up high, and then you'll go down the ice slide. So literally, I can't wait till after the show. I think I might stay up and actually build the ice slide. So once you've built your world, you can save it, and you can save multiple worlds, and then you can share it. So if you get this game and you search, let me see, because I uploaded it a couple of times, and it's a little simplistic. If you look up Axe, A-X-E, Apple Land, from today, which I guess is what's today, the 3rd? Mm-hmm. You'll see my most recent progress, and you can try to find all these little secret things I put in my Eden world. So you can share it, but you basically, hit the share button, pick which one of your worlds you want to share, and it just uploads it. So if you make new changes to it, and you upload it again, it uploads another copy. So I have like 3 copies from Saturday when I just had the Apple Store in my world. And, I just wanted to keep, uploading it. But every time I made something new and cool, I wanted to, put those changes. And instead I wound up with, new file names and different dates. And they need to get this working where, I can like add you, Lloyd, as a friend and then visit any world you create that you shared. You know what I mean?
Right.
And not make it so simplistic that you upload this file one time and you can never modify it. You just have to keep adding to it. But there's unlimited potential, like even a multiplayer co-op thing where you can build something together and, come back and see what your friend, maybe added to your world or something like that. I mean, I think this has unlimited potential. For 99 cents, I think it's a no-brainer to check it out. I'm even though it has a lot of limitations, I'm still excited to go back and, build some more stuff. So it's just very cool. It's very easy to figure out. And, there's definitely some little things. Like if you accidentally change a color on a block, you can't just change the color back to the default. You have to like destroy the block and then put a new one there to match the color. And so these little things that you'll find workarounds for. So it's not perfect, but it looks like they're updating it pretty often. It was updated September 13th, and they added, the HDI pad support, and they added ice slides and new kinds of blocks. So it seems like they're dedicated to continually improving this. But if you look at some of the examples that people built, I don't even know how someone could have built some of this stuff. Because, take a look at my world, which has like 4 structures, and it took me forever. And I'm looking at some of these things people built, and I'm like, no way. I can't imagine how long it would take to do that. But that's pretty much it. It's like I said, it's like Minecraft or Legos. And, I remember a long time ago, I wanted a virtual Lego, for my computer. And now I have it on my iPad. So I give it a definite buy if you like playing with blocks. If you don't, then skip it.
Cool.
But it's great. It's one of my favorite things right now.
Yeah, there's a couple of these Minecraft clones, which makes me even more angry that Notch isn't bringing a version of Minecraft for the iOS. I mean, there's one on Android, on the PlayStation phone, and I guess the Android version is coming. But you can see there's an Apple Store right there. Downloaded your level.
But yeah, there's a couple of world builder ones, but
cool. I'm in Anthony's Apple Store, and I'm looking around. So
you're
cool.
in there now?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
I'm on the top, and I'm looking out the window. There we go. I don't know if you can see it on the video.
So yeah, you went up to the second floor.
And I'm gonna break your window.
Go to the.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's smashed. Oh no, your Apple Store is busted.
But not on my iPad.
Oh, damn, curses. That's right. Anyway, yeah, I've been playing a different one of these called Moonbase or something, which is supposed to add a bunch of other stuff to it, but I don't know. I don't really like it. I've seen Eden for a while, and I hadn't pulled the trigger to pick it up, but since I got the Anthony seal of approval, I decided to pick this one up. But I know that as soon as they release Minecraft, I will be downloading that one because I have so much fun with Minecraft. Even though I don't play as much of it as I'd like to on the Mac, it would be fun to play it on the iOS system. All right, if I can not hack my brains out. Another thing that happened over September, I was sick for 3 weeks with like a chest cold and losing my voice and all that fun stuff. So it's been like just a really fun month and a half. I'm really happy that that's all over and I'm actually here and doing a show. Okay, the next game, excuse me, that I'm going to review is an awesome little title called Jetpack Joyride. And if you know Halfbrick, you've probably already downloaded this version because they make this one. And it is amazing. So this is Jetpack Joyride. I'm showing some screenshots right now. And basically, you're this dude. You're Barry Steak Fries again. He's been in a couple other games. And you found this jetpack that is basically just a machine gun. So you have the machine gun jetpack. And basically, to get through the level, you touch the screen. And when you let go of the screen, you go down. So when you touch the screen, you shoot. You let go of the screen, you stop shooting. And that's basically how you're getting through levels. You're trying to get around all the different obstacles. You're basically in this secret lab where I guess they engineered jetpack, machine gun jetpacks for whatever reason. And basically through the level, there's different things. There's, as you can see, if you're watching the video, there's this little floating kind of platform that's on fire. You touch that, you die. There's missiles that come at you. You touch that, you die. There's other things. You touch them, you die. Pretty much you touch anything, you die. But what you're trying to do is miss all that stuff. And you're trying to collect all the coins. Excuse me. And that, as you play through the game, different, I guess, unlockable things can be bought through the coins that you make. And you make coins by picking them up, but you also make them by basically doing different feats. You have a bunch of different missions. So we'll see if I can switch back to my camera. We'll go to this one. Oops, I'm going to pause it and not touch the screen so it unpauses. But there's different missions. So collect 1,500 coins is a mission. I do that and I collect a medal. Buy a new item in the stash and I'll unlock 2 medals. What is it? Smash a hole in the wall 5 times. So basically start 5 levels, 1 to go. And as you complete those, you basically build up your rank. And as you rank up, you get more and more coins for every time that you rank up. And then you use those coins to buy more things, get better things. You can, there's a bunch of different suits in the game as well that you'll find randomly. There'll be like a little floating object, which is a suit. You can see I have a bubble backpack, so I don't want to shoot people with bullets. I'll use bubbles. And there's little suits that you'll find. There's little floating icons. Oh, there was one right there. I could have got it. And when you hit it, you'll basically get a different suit. And the suit can be this little mech-looking thing, which you'll run around and stomp things. There's a teleporter. There's a one that is a bird from Tiny Wings that spits out a cash out its butt. And basically it's kind of like a little joke about how much money that game made and all this stuff. And there's just like a lot of humor, and the pixel, the hand-drawn like pixel graphics is just really awesome. But you can basically play this game almost indefinitely. I think there's like 90 medals or something, and you have to play like 6 hours to unlock one of the medals. And you get a medal by ranking up until you get and complete all the missions, and then you get a medal, and then you go back to the start. So which is why I'm at some of the really early things here, because I just ranked up recently. And that's essentially the whole game. But it's similar to a lot of the Half-Brick games, like their runner title, where you're basically just trying to get as far as you can in the levels. And this one is very much similar to that. But it's got something that is so totally addictive that makes you just want to keep playing it. In fact, my wife, Kara, I think she's unlocked like 10 medals. She's been playing a heck out of this game, and she's been playing it like mad, much more than I have, and she just loves it, and she plays it every day. So it's something that for $1 is well worth the money. They've already added a content patch. You can kind of see it here. There's that little snake that breathes fire. That's another kind of machine sort of thing that they added. I guess it's one of the suits, but it's more machiney. So when you touch the screen, you blow fire up, and then when you let go, you blow fire down. So that's a little bit thing. So it's like a snake dragon thing. Really awesome. And they promised that there's going to be other content updates that are coming in the future as well. So really fun game for $1. It's well worth it. Excuse me, if you like games like this, kind of endless runner sort of games. But it kind of takes the endless runner, genre and kind of twist it a little bit to make it something that is a little bit more repeatable with all the missions and stuff. Some of the missions involve like killing the scientists that are running around the bottom of the screen in fear. Other ones have you high five them, so you have to high five 15 scientists just by running by them. So they've thrown a lot of humor into the game as well to kind of make you giggle a little bit as you're playing through it. So anyway, Jetpack Joyride, I can't recommend this one enough as well. 99 cents, it's a steal. Go download it right now. You will love it. And just ask my wife. She's played, I don't even want to know how long she's played to unlock 10 medals. It's just, that's a stupid amount of time to spend playing this game, but she loves it and that's what she plays. So there you go. Jetpack Joyride, $1 on the App Store, and buy it.
Cool.
All right, sir. I think that's going to about do it for this episode.
Yeah.
I can barely talk now, so I think it's a good time to stop.
So maybe we'll talk tomorrow if there's interesting things from Apple.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely do a show tomorrow, provided they announce more than just say more iPod socks, because we won't really want to talk about that if that's all they announce. All right, man. Well, thanks for joining me again, Anthony. Thanks for tuning in, guys. All the people in the live chat room. We have DJ Lee, Jesse, Jake Carguth, Quacko, the Curly Fry. A couple more have come and gone. Thanks to everybody for showing up. Kind of a last minute, because it's been a while since we've done a show. So thanks for joining us. Head on over to vgpodcast.com and check out all the shows that we do. Get emails directly at vgpodcasts@gmail.com, or you can call our voicemail line, which is 505 VG Podcasts. That's 505-847-6322. And if you do that, we can maybe play your question in a future episode of the podcast. All right, guys, that's going to about do it for this episode. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. Later.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.